faire. Tu sais, tu peux le faire toi aussi, t'habites dans la maison en même temps que moi.
Je t'ai dit d'aller faire l'épicerie pis t'arranger de clairer le comptoir. That's it! Après ça, là, je fais le lavage, je cuisine, je m'occupe même de te mettre la petite cuillère dans le bas.
Hey, t'as-tu fini? C'est sûr que c'est bien plus compliqué de faire cuire des pâtes que de faire la vaisselle.
Et toi, là,
façon,
toi,
arrêtez-
tu vas dormir sur du divan à soir. C'est pas vrai que je vais endurer ton attitude de marde.
Ah, mon
Ça va
attitude de
faire
marde!
chier!
Really powerful message about child sexual abuse, and the way it's handled is very delicate and very well done. And the fact that it really delves into the sad reality that you don't know where this abuse is coming from, and it can be people that you least expect. For most of this film, the father character seems like the better parent in the situation. He seems like the fun parent, the one that has that warmth, and that those parental, just the warm, fuzzy feelings that comes with a good parent, like with a good dad. And the mom in this, she seems cold and angry and distant, when in fact it is the father that is the monster in this scenario. The acting in this is fantastic, especially from the child actress. I think she does a really good job in this. Everything is portrayed with delicacy and grace and very subtly without having to say anything too blatantly. So I thought it was handled very thoughtfully and very well. And also the choice to have this crime go without justice and without anyone going to jail. I thought that was the right choice because so many people do get away with this, and it's important to show the reality that at a lot of times, in a lot of situations, there is no justice.
Well, this had quite a contrast of innocence versus the end, where we find out the plight of this poor young Alice whose parents have split up. The father gives a terrific performance. His character, the emotion and the sadness, we don't understand the depth of his nature until the end. The mother as well, her characterization is really well done with the bitterness and the anger. It just comes through with a look. The twist at the end, figuring out the father for whom he really is, didn't see that coming. There was no indicators that he would have something so insidious in his character.
What a great child actress. Wow, she's just very gifted. I thought she was very natural and so well done on this performance by her. So great. I can't say enough about it. Great direction, great editing, great performance by everybody. I just thought she stole the show. She was so great. Great depiction of this, of a child trying to cope, and interesting that we were kind of led along to believe like probably everybody in her life believes this is about a divorce. But all in all, I thought this was so well done. And even though it was a sad ending about what is actually happening, I do think the performer that played the dad did really toe that line really well of, don't worry, the monster won't come back. And just his whole emotional roller coaster was really well done.
It deals with how fantasy and reality can bleed into one another so easily. This girl who has two separate homes now due to her parents splitting has kind of manifested all of her feelings towards that breakup into this fantasy creature that lives under her bed that wishes to do her harm. But really what we get the sense of throughout is that it's these feelings that she is afraid to deal with, and that by the end we're not quite sure she has dealt with yet. I think some could also argue that the parents are maybe not dealing with this as head on as they could. They're still looking at it in a literal sense, where maybe they need to be thinking a little bit more out of the box. But overall, this is beautifully acted and really well constructed in a way that I think will resonate with both young children who have been products of divorce, as well as adults who have grown up and dealt with those feelings as well.
This is about disparities within a relationship, within a family. This little girl is still pretty young before getting a full understanding of the situation between the couple at their end and having this transition of having two different homes. And, as a little girl, she has fears and, is scared of things such as, having monsters around, especially when she's already bearing witness and, in a sense, masking her fear by giving like earmuffs within the scene. And it brings muffled noises. When we're that age, we don't necessarily have a full grasp and understanding of maybe what's going on in this scenario. And I think that's easily transparent here as we see this couple fight, but not necessarily understand what's going on. And there's definitely a clear divide of tension in the space anytime that I feel like this couple is on screen. And you can get that sense of hesitancy that comes within the child of walking on eggshells, essentially, and her trying to navigate the monsters in a more literal sense as opposed to this dreamlike sense. So it's a nice mix of what monsters really do exist and how we deal with them.
She's starting to dream of monsters, seeing monsters. Dad's not the person she thinks she thought he should be. It's really, really sad that this is what happens where people don't really think about it where it comes to a child. He promises at the end that the monster's not going to return, but can he really promise that? Can she really know that? It's one of those unopened, unanswered questions. It might be gone for a little bit, but not permanently. So it's quite sad when stuff like this happens.
They did a really great job of showing the story through the eyes of the main character and visually helped guide the audience into that perspective, and that really shaped the story and helped contribute to the impact of how the ending unfolded.